I don't know, I kind of like this shot. Spidey ducking out on Rhino. This is a great Rhino figure, by the way. It's the only really good Rhino action figure in 6-inch scale. Alright guys, so my mom hit up Toys R Us and she got me the Drax figure as well as the Madam Hydra, but I don't plan on opening her for a while, just because I'm not in a hurry to. I'd prefer to get Madam Mask, because I prefer to build a regular Artemis Zola first. But anyway, I'm going to go over Drax right now, guys. This is a pretty nice figure. I ended up liking him. I didn't think I was going to. I mean, there are still some major flaws with the figure, but I like him overall. Flaw number one I'm going to go with are the knives. They're really nice knives, well sculpted and whatnot, but that is just ridiculous. Character wouldn't even be able to walk without hitting him. You can't even really get his arms to go straight down because of where the knives lay. I just feel there could have been potentially a better way to do it. So like, if I have him standing without knives in his hands, he'll probably be like this, with nothing there. I'm just going to go over the problems quickly. Another thing, the belt, it's way too loose. I'm probably going to end up gluing it down right below the waist swivel. But I mean, it was well sculpted. It looks pretty nice overall. I like the bottoms of the pants. No ankle pivots. The ankle articulation in here is a little bit odd to work with, but it's not horrible. The hands, they look like they were sculpted with Play-Doh by like a little kid. Well, I mean a really good little kid. Because I mean, like, the paint's way off and the sculpt is way off. It just doesn't look great. I hate this. This is stupid. As far as I know, it's not even comic accurate. It's a non-removable blade just sculpted onto his arm. It's really kind of retarded. And personally, I think the head might be a tiny bit big. Just a little bit. But not too bad. But let's go over the articulation. The head looks all the way up, all the way down, and also it can kind of rock around on there. So you can get his head to be tilted and stuff like that. Add more character. I do like that. That's nice. It's got the regular ball joints, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows, wrist rotation. It's got a nice ab crunch, waist swivel, wide jointed hips, upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees, and then ankle rotation with a flex. I mean, the articulation's decent. The pivot and the ankle really would have been nice for this figure. It's probably my least favorite thing about him, not having that. The tattoos are pretty nice. They didn't do it on the shoulders, which is just dumb. I mean, if customizers can do it, why can't Hasbro? All it would require is smaller disc joints, but they're too lazy for that, I guess. Because it wouldn't chip if the discs were smaller, because they wouldn't be rubbing up against anything. You know what I mean? But yeah, the tattoos look pretty nice all over the place. I mean, green's coming through on the shoulders a bit. Other than that, not too bad. The pants are nice. I like the bottoms of the pants, like I said. This figure, I can almost guarantee, is going to be used for Luke Cage. Like, there's almost no doubt about it. Boog said he would want to see this body mold to make Sebastian Shaw. And I actually think that's a really good idea. I mean, Sebastian Shaw, it would make sense for them, because, I mean, he was just in a movie. Really cool character, old school X-Men character. And I'd be happy if they made that. I doubt they will, though, because it's Hasbro. So, you know. His knives, like I said, they are pretty nice. The handles are well sculpted. Don't know how well you can really see that. The knives are the blades are pretty nice. He got little numbers on them, unfortunately. He holds them very well, but the only problem with that is it's really hard to get them into his hands. But then, like I said, once they're in, they're good. Just gotta force them in, and then gotta wait for his hands to set, and then he'll be holding them really nice. You can hold them this way, or you can hold them upside down. I prefer them upside down. It's just how I like it to look. Yeah, overall, I like the Drax figure. Wow there. Wow there. But anyway, yeah, overall, I like the Drax figure. I would suggest you guys pick it up, especially if you plan on building Arnim Zola. Came with the left leg, I want to say. So right now, all I've got for Arnim Zola are both of his legs, and technically his Red Skull torso. But yeah, if you guys got some of the other figures, hit me up. I mean, I want a complete Wave 2. I mean, I still need Steve Rogers and Ghost Rider from Wave 1. So if you guys got those, I'd really appreciate it. I don't necessarily need the Ghost Rider. I just need his part, or his T-Rex arms. But I do want Steve Rogers. But yeah, guys, hit me up. You guys should definitely get this figure, though. It's nice to have, especially if you're into, like, otherworldly stuff. Alright, guys, so I finally got my Command-E in the mail. Ordered this about a week ago, maybe 2, from a China seller, and took extra long because there's like some Chinese holiday or something like that. I don't remember the specifics of it, but you know why I got this figure, and if you don't, then you will pretty soon. Alright, so I apparently got the super duper Hasbro Hates You rare variant of Dakin that I'm now going to have to barely be able to get rid of. Yeah, here he is with no tattoo. He's got the tattoo on the bicep, or on the ball joint, but nothing on his arm. I don't know, I'm going to try and maybe trade it off to someone. And if I can't, then I will definitely have to return it. And I got this at Target for the cheaper price. It's only $17 at Target, and $20 at Toys R Us, by me at least. So yeah, I'm not even going to bother to go over the articulation. All I'm going to say is I like the figure. Otherwise, pretty nice figure. Wow, just wow. You can now rent Comic-Con Episode 4 of Fans Hope on iTunes, or I believe you can also rent it on Comcast on demand. Costs $7, and you get it for a day. Just wow. I would highly suggest all you guys do this. It was just great all the way through. Really made me realize some things, how much I love, it reminded me of how much I love comics and how much I love just the essence of it all, how much I love collecting and all that stuff, how much I love you guys, the fans, everyone else. It's just truly amazing. I have a brief synopsis. It's made by, or directed by Morgan Spurlock. He's the guy that did Super Size Me. I know a lot of people don't necessarily like him, but that's okay. He's not in the movie at all. He's not in it whatsoever. And right there, solid snake in my pants. He is in the movie. He takes up a good, probably total 10-15 minutes of the movie. I mean, which in hindsight isn't that much, but I mean, I'm really happy. I was really happy to see him there. And Bug's in the movie too. He's in there for a bit. They don't get much of Bug, but he's there. And this movie was just great. Just the different walks of life of people there. We got, and I don't remember everyone's names or anything like that. I mean, I just watched it, but it's already gone for me. We got this chick here, and she designs costumes. And her and a bunch of people, they had these Mass Effect costumes, and they were just phenomenal. And they ended up like winning an award at the show at Comic-Con and stuff. And this guy, at first I thought it was Stanley, but this other guy who's selling comics, and he's got over 8 million comics in a warehouse, and he sells them and stuff like that. And he's got one of the rarest comics of all time, and he's just trying to sell it, and so far he can't do it. But I mean, he's really made a good point how Comic-Con isn't really about the comics anymore. Like, they're there, but they're nowhere near as booked. The area is nowhere near as full as any of the other parts. Then we got these two, which they're a couple. And he ends up proposing to her. She says yes, of course. This guy's an artist. Yeah, I don't want to say anything specific. He is also an artist. But yeah. And we got the main man, Solid, the toy collector. It was just a great movie. Definitely worth watching. Starts off a bit slow, but it was real nice. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, I'm a man. I can say whatever I need to. I got a little teary-eyed at some point. I mean, it really hit me hard, just due to the nature of it, obviously. And it was really just amazing. I would definitely suggest you guys watch it. And it just reminded me of how much fun all this can be. And I'm definitely going to my Chicago Comic-Con again this year. It's called the Wizard Convention, of course, but definitely going to go there, and I'm going to try and have more fun than I've had there before. Just meeting people, stuff like that. And hopefully within the next few years I can try and get to Comic-Con in San Diego, but it's a long way from there, because I mean, I'm still a minor, so just getting there and whatnot will be pain, but you get the gist of things. But yeah, definitely check it out. It's definitely worth the $7, even though you only get it for a day. I mean, if you really want to, you can wait. It'll be on sale for $14 at some point. I mean, I don't mind spending the extra $7 to see it now. Got to see Solid, got to see Boog. Definitely worth it. And everything else. It was just great. You guys should definitely check it out. I'd give it, I mean, considering as it is a documentary, as a documentary movie, I would give it a 5 out of 5 stars. So yeah, definitely check it out, guys. And the Battle Show returns. Alright, we got the Battle Show number 7. He's changing it up. Beastman. I think it's a pretty good idea. I like the original, personally, a little bit more. He's got a good idea. Basically, there's 2 team captains. JD Mag and Slings of Web. And what they're going to do is they're each going to pick out 4 artists. And they're going to try and draft them to join their team. And then I think the way it's going to work is they're all going to do different displays. And then the voting process will be voted upon which team won, or which team was better overall. So I think it's a cool idea. I mean, personally, I was a fan of how the original Battle Show worked out. But it's a really nice thought. We'll have to see how it goes. Yeah, I think it's a nice idea. Oh, and I kind of, like I mentioned it, but I didn't mention it very well. That is the Battle Show by the King Beastman. If you guys don't know about that, King Beastman 82. He's been doing the Battle Shows for quite a while. Not positive, to be honest with you. Wonder if I could go back and see when the original Battle Show was. It was a long time ago. I know that for a fact. But yeah, like I said, this is the 7th one. He said for the 8th one, they'll go back to how the regulars are. Which that's cool. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to look for it right now. Make sure I didn't miss it or nothing. Yeah. But yeah, I think Battle Show has always been a cool idea. It's always been cool to watch. But yeah, I would really, I think you guys should all check it out and whatnot. Yeah, right now I can only find, there's 3, 2, and yeah, right now I can't find, oh, here's the Battle Show number 1. Yeah, it's been about a year. So yeah, you guys haven't, maybe go back to his videos, the ones where you're able to video response, and then click on those and look at everyone's video responses. You can see some cool ass displays, big people and whatnot. But yeah. Alright, so this is what that head was for. Sentry, Dark Avenger style. The Toy Biz versions, I mean, I use the Toy Biz Sentry for this figure. The Toy Biz versions, I mean, they're good figures. They just weren't good for Dark Avengers style Sentry. Like, I mean, Right here I got the short-haired version. And it's got a head sculpt. But it was for a different time, you know what I mean? Sentry had a different look. And then this one right here, he was the long-haired version. And although I would prefer to have another long-haired version, the reason I use that body versus this one is because if you remember quite a few episodes back, probably at least 15 episodes or so, I had gotten this from Star Sapphire. She had taken it out of, directly out of the package, and it had 2 left feet. So I preferred my custom Dark Avenger Sentry to have the correct feet. And then this one, if I can find the bearded, long-haired head, because right now I'm not sure where it is, because I took that head off a long time ago, like over 2 months ago, and I was just waiting to buy this figure for some reason, the Commandy figure. But if I find that, I'll probably do the swap on this other Sentry. Maybe not. I'll probably get another one if I can. Not that hard to pick up. But yeah, this figure still has all of his articulation. I mean, can't really look up at all. Like the short-haired Sentry, he can look up pretty good. This one can't look up at all because of the hair. He can still look down pretty well. Turning his head side to side is even a little bit of a pain, but it's not bad. At some point, I do want to paint his hand skin tone. Yeah, that's in the future. I was thinking of doing a swap for his lower arms with a Wonder Man, but I really like the individual finger articulation on this figure. I don't know, but he's really nice for Dark Avengers. I'd really suggest you guys do this. It's a simple, cheap head swap, especially if you already have a Sentry. Just pop his head off, get a Commandy. I got that one for $9 shipped from the China seller. Just pop off the heads and swap them. And you got a nice Dark Avenger Sentry. So yeah, I really suggest that. Another good head to use. I know a ton of people use Kazar. Sorry guys, I was about to turn it off, but then I kept on talking. I know a lot of people use Kazar. I'm personally not a fan of that. I don't think it really captures Dark Avengers properly. And then also, I think Bugs. I think he might be using the Remy head. That was done by Apathy Inc. So if by any chance Mike is watching this, try and let me know, because I think that he used a Remy head for that, but I'm not positive. But yeah, I'm gonna try and get this guy on display. I'm gonna try and work out. We'll see. I'm not sure if I showed this. I don't really remember. Let's take that out for a minute, though. Not 100% sure what I'm doing here, but I think I know I'm going to go with this. Yes, that Spider-Man is missing an arm. If you guys remember when I first got the Sinister 6 Spidey, I got him from a China seller. This was way back, probably the first few weeks of P.M.P. And my original one that I got, and the arm snapped right off. And also, he's not using the correct hands. He swapped them with these junky ones, and he's got different feet. I actually like the feet on this guy better. The ankles are a bit too thin, but the feet are nice. I like how the toes work. They got a bit more range than the actual Sinister 6. So I got a refund from the dude, and he sent me out a real one. I think it's still a bootleg one, because you know what the China sellers do is they get one original of the figure and they take it apart and they mold. Well, actually, I don't actually know if they do that, but they get somehow bootleg cheaper versions of them. But yeah, I think I know her. Alright, got him back a bit. Just bent his leg a bit more. I really like this display. It was kind of intricate, but it wasn't too bad. I mean, Spidey's not even supported by Hawkeye there, which he was one of the parts that seems kind of like it would be the hardest. But he's freely supported by that one stand. He's good. So is Hawkeye all by himself with that one stand. Everyone here has only one stand holding him up. I mean, here, if I had done it right, I wouldn't have even needed to use a dual stand, but I got a dual stand. One of them's under Venom's torso, and the other one's right under Spidey's armpit. Because, I mean, the way I have it is, like, when I was holding him, Venom had Spidey, like, clearly in his hand very well. So that's cool. The only bad thing about this display, I'm going to try and keep it up for a bit, but it's going to be a bitch to get Dakin out of there, because, I mean, I still got to get a new Dakin, because you can see that one doesn't have arm tattoos. So if I get a new Dakin, it'll be a bitch to swap him out from there. I'm going to try and keep that Dakin until I'm able to get a new one. So, yeah. I just took Dark Spidey out of there. Still got him right here. Just so I could get to him. I'll put him back in. Alright, so I just spent like 10 minutes trying to get this straw to stick to under Spidey's arm, so it looks like Iron Patriot's shooting and missing. But Spidey kept on moving around, and now I got him in a more stable place, but the shot's not going to work. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. I might try it some more tomorrow. But I did put Black Spidey back up in there, so that's cool. Yeah, I like this display so far. We'll see where I go with it. Got to add cutouts tomorrow. I got quite a few nice cutouts that I want to use. Alright, so it survived the night. Everything's all good. I just started adding cutouts. So yeah, let's get to work. And a whole bunch of other legendary comic book package. Alright, so this is what was in that package. I'm not quite sure what line these are. I knew them when I got them, but off the top of my head, I don't know. I think they're by Gentle Giants, and these are the Hellboy animated / comic book figures. These figures are dope as hell. I was really happy to get them. Partially inspired by Slings of Web and Boog, not necessarily. I mean, I've been wanting to get these guys for a couple of months now. Just hadn't found them for a great price. And then Slings, after he got his, like he showed in a most recent BSWS, which I'll try and link in the bottom. He when he posted on Facebook, before that actually went up, when he posted on Facebook about him actually getting the figure, he posted in the comments a link to an eBay listing for both these guys for $35 shipped. So I bought those up like right away, buy it now. They were loose, but they're in pretty great condition, or well, pretty good condition overall. And I'm really stoked to have them. I actually have seen this guy right here, the ACBA. I had seen him in my one of my comic book shops for $25 mint on card. And then this Hellboy, this version of him I had seen on eBay before for $30 mint on card. So I mean, I think I got a pretty decent deal for their condition. I'll just go over the Hellboy first a little bit faster, because if you watch Sling's BSWS, he goes over it. It's a really great figure. He's got really bulky torso, just really nice. Go over the articulation. His head, not too much movement, a little bit, not bad. He's got ball jointed shoulders, which I like the sculpting, how they're flat right there. I think it's very unique. It looks a little bit strange like that, but you know. Bicep swivel, single jointed elbow, which this one gets a little bit less than 90 degrees. And then his other arm, this arm gets even less than that. It only gets about that much. But it's not necessarily bad. Wrist swivels on both sides, as well as there's a hinge in there. Hinge, and he comes with 2 interchangeable hands. Let me grab those. Comes with a fist for his small hand, or well, his smaller hand, and then a fist for his big hand, which I don't really like the look of it that much. The thumb is too far apart, in my opinion, but you know, it's not bad. He's got an ab crunch, which is like really nice. Like, you can go this far forward, then this far back. Really nice ab crunch. He's got ball jointed hips, go in and out, forward and back. Rotate the upper leg. He's got a single jointed knee. Of course, he's got really small legs. He's got an ankle rotation in there, ankle hinge. There's like a pivot type thing. There's a split in there. This one's a little bit stuck, but I could show you it on ACBA. Then he's got a toe joint. So he's got all the articulation you would really want. The only problem with him really is standing him up a little bit, because I mean the legs are so small just in comparison to the rest of his body, obviously. Oh, and also his tail rotates up at top, right here and then right here. So 3 points in the tail, which is standard for most Hellboy figures I've seen. I want to do a quick little size comparison with other Hellboy figures I've got. So here he is. This is just the only movie Hellboy figure I wanted to grab out right now. The movie figures are much taller. These guys are a little bit better scale for like Marvel Legends, stuff like that. And then here's the Mezco. I think this is the comic version. And he's way taller. This guy's got a really nice sculpt, but just not enough articulation for me. So I'm going to be... I already got rid of 2 of the 4 of these figures I got, and then the other 2 I'm trying to get rid of to the same guy who bought the original 2. But yeah, good figure overall. Really like the head sculpt. Really like the legs. Something I thought was nice is there's actually a button here. It's actually working. You can pull out the gun. The gun is really nice. Not that detailed, sculpt-wise. Decent paint. It's got a huge-ass barrel. Which is what it's known for. So yeah, there's Hellboy. And then the figure that I prefer, I like more, is the ACBA. This figure is so sick. I've seen him be used by, I think, Apathy Inc., if I'm not mistaken. I think he took the video down now, but for a Deadpool custom, kind of in like a Lee Field styling with the really small feet. And I mean, this is just a great figure. Better articulation than the Hellboy. He's got 2 points of articulation at the neck. He's got one at the top that helps him look up and down. And he's also got the base of the neck that you can see there. He comes with an interchangeable head right here. You got the regular looking face. And then you also have this face, which got a little angrier look on his face. You can't really tell, but you can probably see it in some pictures I'll take. He's also got interchangeable hands. He's got 2 hands where they're like this, 2 open hands. And then for his left hand, he has a fist, and his right hand is a pistol holding hand, and I just have the pistol rubber banded in there, because it came with the rubber band still around it, so I took it off, and he doesn't hold it very well, so I put the rubber band back on. So yeah, that's for his right hand. The only problem with mine is this joint, really. It's kind of pretty loose. As you can see, it's kind of flimsy, but it's not that bad. And this guy's also not the easiest to stand because he's got the really thin legs as well. But he is really lightweight. Like, he weighs about either the same or a little bit less than the McFarlane Spider-Man. That's a pretty lightweight figure. He's got the same articulation, shoulder joints, but he's got double jointed elbows, which is nice. Nice range of motion. He's still got the hinge in the wrists. He's got a nice ab crunch. This is all the way up. Then there we go, all the way down. You can really get this guy to do a lot of cool movements. He's got ball joints for the hips. Oh, he's got a waist swivel. So does the Hellboy, if I forgot to mention that. He's got ball jointed hips. Rotates the upper part of the leg. Bends it. Double jointed at the knee. Rotates at the ankle. Ankle hinge. And then here's the ankle pivot. Just kind of splits. And then he's got a toe joint as well. But yeah, this figure just looks really nice. Articulation's there. The look, as I said, is there. Posability, yeah. I mean, he's just a little bit hard to stand. But he's not really horrible. And I'll compare him with the only other version of him I've got. There is also a version from that line that has the animated or the comic style Hellboy. I never had him. He looks decent though. And then here's the movie verse version of him. So again, he's a good head, taller. I really like this style. From when I watched the Hellboy mini movie that had the 2 parts, it was like the Bleeding Sword or something like that. I really like the art style of that, and these are kind of what these guys are based off of. If you're only going to pick up one, I mean, you kind of have to get Hellboy just because, I mean, they're Hellboy characters. But, I mean, based on, like, which one's better, I'd say get this guy. This guy's definitely better in my opinion. The Hellboy's really nice, but, I mean, this Abe Sapien is just a sick figure overall. I really like him. And I like the different options with the alternate heads and whatnot. I'll snap a few flicks, show them to you right now. So here they are. Cutout's too fucking small. Keep on getting the glare on it. He's saying this will hurt. This is pulling out the sword. That's where I most know this version of Hellboy from. If you've ever seen the Hellboy animated movies, he is rocking a sword in one of those. It's like some magical sword of some sort. I don't really remember the odds and ends. I actually caught on HBO I think it was about a month ago or so. So I was happy to see it again. Because I mean I haven't seen it prior to then for probably about a year or so. But yeah, good movies. Good animated movies. You should check them out. I honestly never thought there would be a use for blue background. But with the lighting right now, it's kind of giving off a yellow feel, which is making the background look kind of black. But I assure you it is blue. I gotta mess with the lighting a bit. Try and take a picture with some different lighting. But yeah.